You've probably seen it in the grocery store, right? That kind of strange, spiky green globe. But what is it really? Well, it's not just a fancy appetizer. It's actually an unbloomed flower with a history that goes back a whopping 3,000 years. So let's dive in. But before we travel back in time, let's start right in the middle of the action, in the artichoke fields of today. Because getting this plant from the field to your plate is an incredible process, a real mix of backbreaking work and amazing technology. So take a look at this number, 45 kilograms. That's almost 100 pounds. And since artichokes are mostly water, that's the weight a harvester is carrying on their back when their bag is full. I mean, imagine carrying a small kid around all day long under the hot sun. It is incredibly demanding work. And the scale of this whole operation, it's just staggering. A single big farm can process 500,000 artichokes, not over a month, not even over a week, but in one single day. That just shows you the huge demand for this pretty unique plant. And here's where you can really see this blend of the old and the new. Every single artichoke is still cut by hand with a knife. I mean, that's a skill that takes some serious precision and speed. But the second they leave the field, they enter this high-tech world where machines sort them by weight and size. That's how they get that perfect consistency you see in the supermarket. So, all that work for a vegetable? Or is it a vegetable? It's time to peel back the layers, literally, and reveal the artichoke's biggest secret. That's right, the artichoke is actually the unopened flower bud of a thistle. If you just left it on the stalk, it would blossom into this huge, really vibrant blue flower. So every time you eat an artichoke, you're basically eating a flower that never got a chance to bloom. Okay, we all know about the heart. We know about the leaves. But what's the most overlooked part of an artichoke? You know, the part that most of us just throw away without a second thought? It's the stem. So many people just chop it right off. But here's a pro tip for you. It's just as tender and flavorful as the part everyone wants, the heart. All you have to do is take a vegetable peeler, shave off that tough, fibrous outer layer, and you've got another delicious part of the plant all ready to cook. Now that we know what it is, let's go back in time. Why have people been eating this thistlebud for thousands of years? Well, it turns out it's always been seen as more than just food. The artichoke's story starts about 3,000 years ago in the Mediterranean. From there, it became a huge deal in the Roman Empire, not just as food, but as medicine. And then, finally, in the 19th century, Italian immigrants brought it all the way across the ocean to its new home in California. You see, the Romans weren't just eating artichokes for the taste. They were using them as a digestive aid, specifically to help with stomach problems. This was a really key part of their pharmacy, long before modern medicine came along. And here's a pretty bizarre historical twist for you. Roman men apparently forbade their wives from eating artichokes. And the reason? They thought they were a distraction. We'll just leave that one there. You know, those ancient Romans were really onto something. Modern science actually confirms that artichokes are a true superfood. This chart shows they have more antioxidants than any other vegetable. It's not even close. So how did this Mediterranean powerhouse get all the way to America? Let's follow that journey. We have Italian immigrants to thank for this one. Back in the 19th century, they brought their beloved artichoke seeds with them to this small coastal town in California called Castroville. And it turned out that Castroville's foggy, mild climate was the perfect new home for the artichoke. Today, the town proudly calls itself the artichoke capital of America, which is a living legacy of that long immigrant journey. Okay, we've gone through history, we've gone through botany and farming. Let's finish up with a simple, practical tip you can use the next time you're at the store. Forget tapping it or smelling it. The best way to test for freshness is actually with your ears. Just hold the artichoke firmly and give it a little squeeze. If the leaves are fresh and plump and full of water, you'll hear this distinct squeaky sound. That squeak, that's the sound of a perfect artichoke. So the next time you see an artichoke, you'll see more than just a vegetable. You'll see an unbloomed flower, an ancient medicine, and a symbol of a 3,000-year journey. It's history that you can actually eat. The only question is, how are you going to prepare it?